Hi everyone, let's take a look at what the heat map report is in SeekBeak. So I've got the lovely camping shot up here, and what we'd like to do for this one is just pretend perhaps that we're the owner of the campground, and we have these little cabins here that you can rent. You can see there's this little animated hotspot on there. What we'd like to be able to do though is to see what people are actually looking at in this image, right? Because we'd like to perhaps tailor a marketing campaign to it, or maybe focus on promoting what people are most interested in from our images, okay? And so heat maps allow you to get a visual view of actually what people are looking at. So I'm gonna go up here and change the URL to the viewer URL. And so you can see here, we're now in the view mode. So this is what a client or a user would be looking at if this was embedded on your website or you just sent out the link like this. So as we look around, right, we're looking at this. We're probably not going to focus a lot on the garbage can. We'll maybe come over here and look at the cabin a bit. And perhaps if we enjoy sitting around the fire, having some hot dogs or some beverages with friends, we might look around and see if the fire pits are big. And maybe we click the booking info link. Okay, so this would be perhaps a normal interaction. Now I'm going to go back to the edit screen here. And what we can do is we can go and click this reports button here. So while your users are looking at your images, or your snaps as we call them, what's going on in the background is that SeekBeak is logging where they're looking at. And so it's sending a stream of data back to the server for you to look at. So I'm going to select the camping shot, and I'm going to say the heat map report, please. Now, you can also filter this by date, so you can see if perhaps during a specific marketing campaign or something, or maybe during a vacation week, if people were looking at different things versus a downtime week, for example. But since we've just been doing this today, let's just say for today. And instantly, we get this full equirectangular projection of our image up with some extremely distinct heat maps on it. And so you can tell immediately where the majority of the users were looking. And sure enough, it's around the fire pit area and it's near the cabin area here. The heat map comes with a couple options that you can adjust. The scale will scale your results down. So for example, if you had tens of thousands of people looking at this, you may want to have an average of, say, for every 100 people that looked at this one spot, make it green. Whereas since I'm the only one that's been looking at this, I want a fairly low scale. So maybe if I looked at that 3 times, it's going to show up as a green dot. The blur, we'll simply just blur the images together to make it a bit more cohesive. And the radius adjusts the radius of the circles. If you have thousands and thousands of points, you may not want gigantic radiuses because you just end up with a lot of colors everywhere. So using these functions, you can create a really interesting view of where people's attention was. Once you've set all your controls, so you can actually download that image and it will save it to your hard drive so you can print it out for reports or whatever. Now, there's also the ability to filter by UTM codes, which we're going to talk about in a different video. But the nutshell is that you can filter by perhaps are people that came from Facebook looking at different things than people who came from Instagram? Or did people using our spring marketing campaign look at different things versus our winter marketing campaign? Okay, so using UTM codes, again, you can break that down and get extremely granular and see if different groups of people are looking at different things. Extremely, extremely powerful. That is the nutshell version of heat map reporting in SeekBeak, and I will see you in the next video.